Hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League. This is the Cone Racing Championship Tier 2 and we are at Silverstone for the finale. So, I'm joined here by Jono.
Hello.
We're starting a bit later than normal. We were waiting for a driver who in the end didn't even get here in time for the deadline anyway, so apologies for that. I think we're just about to hop into Q1. Actually, the championship. This is the only championship still to be decided in terms of tiers. 4 weeks ago, 4-star won tier 3. Last week, Ferg won tier 1. This week, on Monday, my brain's already forgetting which driver it was. I feel bad. The Academy was won by Ryan Mills, and now we are the last remaining tier to have the championship decided. The Constructors actually still to be decided. I think there's like something stupid like 10 points between Mercedes and Racing Point, so that is entirely all to play for.
Ooh, a very close battle. Especially when you consider that it's Constructors. So.
Yeah, that isn't like... what was it? I'm sure it's at 20 points. Either way, there are like 1,600 and something points, so there's barely a difference between them, so... Certainly. Keeping it tight to the end. Actually, there's an even closer battle for P3 in the Constructors, so... See how that goes.
Sorry, bless me. Who's going to be the first man round to start a lap? It will be Little One when he gets there.
Yeah, it's showing Sprunky is on a lap, but I think that's just because he joined late.
Yeah. Little One's just gone through Cops. Now through Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel before firing away down the Hangar Straight.
Yeah, and actually, so there's currently 33 points between DC and Alex. Alex is the driver in the lead. So, really ideally DC needs to win, because it is only 33 points for a second position. He can get in second. I haven't actually checked who wins on number of wins, so if you get second he probably needs fastest lap. And a very bad race from Alex, which already with only 19 drivers makes that all the more unlikely.
Oh, that's just someone backing up to start a lap. Meanwhile, Little One is coming down the old pit straight, just rounding left field.
And Juan actually, not done too badly the last 3 rounds. 2 wins in the 6th position for him, so we'll see how he can finish off the end of the season. And actually, to be fair, he was one of the people who weren't too far off contending for the title. He can still get second in the championship with a good race here.
No, he's had a very strong last few rounds. And 6th is a brilliant recovery if you think about his qualifying last race. How he was out in Q1, was able to pull his way back up the order. As he says, a 1:26.129 is the first lap. He's quickly beaten by Error Voice, who sets a 1:25.8, who was beaten by Tobes, who sets a 1:25.4. Just seeing if anyone else feels like setting that lap. Pemis did not continue the streak of improving.
Who do we got? I think KXI with the next man. He improves though, 28, 24. Yeah.
Goes fastest now with a 1:24.8. Sprunky, we're setting a 1:26.4.
Yeah, there we go. Good luck for Mercedes. Mercedes The driver currently leading the constructors' racing point, following closely behind. Now with this tier out of the racing point Mercedes drivers, I think I'd call Big Balls as the quickest. He certainly won at Monaco last week. Well, obviously, KXI showing he's not bad. We've seen good results. To be fair, from almost every driver here has got in the top 5 at some point, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we've certainly got a close field here. Just trying to see if anyone else has set laps. Giroux set a lap, going third fastest, as well as Carl setting a 1:26.4, only half a tenth quicker than Sprunky.
And Kyle, as opposed to Carl, I always get the two mixed up, a 26 flat for him as he comes across the line, so he's going to want to try and improve on that. Big Balls, I think one of the only men currently on his lap. Coming into the last sector.
Jay Williams on an outlap at the moment.
And up second position for him, a 24.8, 6 and a bit tenths, sorry, 6 and a bit thousandths, hundredths, I'll get there eventually, behind KXI.
You got there, well done.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to get this race? My cards are originally on DC getting the win, but I mean, he was talking about how he's not got much practice in. From what I see, he is going to be the most determined driver to get that win.
Well, from what we've seen so far, I know like, people are sort of giving it different levels of push in Q1. Big Balls might be up there. Big Balls and KXI, just looking at it at the moment, as they're the only ones in the 124s. But I think at the moment it's too close to call, really, for me.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And of course, actually, even if DC does get the win, all Alex has to do is finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to very quickly do a count back. I think victories is the way it's done in this league. I can double check that at some point.
Yeah.
A bit of a lull in the action. But no, I'm bored with Fez at the moment on his lab. Let's go through cops. Ooh, actually, DC, if I counted correctly, Alex only has 1 win, and DC has 2. So if there is a tie on the points, assuming I'm a competent counter,
A competent counter.
Real DC will get the championship. So we'll see how that goes. Pheasant's now crossed the line. 25-7, up into 6th position. Actually, Captain Nick takes that off him. Sadistic King, we just missed him. Up to 11th for him. Going to want to try and improve on that. Now this is DC, the man currently second in the championship, and he will be looking to do as well as he can.
Jay Williams about to set a lap, and he goes 11th fastest with a 1:26.164.
Oh, and Rudy Scene validates his lap. So we'll see if he goes into the pit lane or goes around again.
For Real DC.
Now, how about Alex?
He's only at the hangar straight, so he's sort of close enough to invalidate. But I think by the looks of it, he's just sitting there building up some ERS to go again.
Good evening.
Yeah, he's built up his ERS.
Yeah, so DC will be going around again then. Now, Alex does know if he DNFs at any point, that really puts him at risk. I'm not sure if he's done the maths behind it. I'm sure these guys are, fully aware that the champion's not been called yet. Alex may be the advantage. And in all fairness, he probably will get the championship. Of course, until those drivers have crossed the line. And to be fair, even then, that'll be...
It's probably best for him not to think as if he has won the title, just in case. As he goes fourth fastest, setting 125.152, putting him behind his teammate by only 2 thousandths of a second. Very close between the two Williams there.
Right, I'm going to say this now and I'll say it again later. Whatever we announce now is provisional, because drivers can report incidents. There's a chance that someone can be penalised that will change the order. Now, if Alex wins by country mile, I'll be fairly happy to say it's confident. But, yeah, if it's DC by a short amount, it could quite easily be swayed. If we missed one small incident that one of the drivers was involved in.
Yeah.
As DC comes across the line, fourth fastest. Beats his rival by 5 thousandths. How about that for a bit of mental games?
Yeah. The little one has thrown himself up into the top 3. Fair play. We missed that.
Good season ender for him. Especially considering, if I'm not mistaken, he started out the season in Tier 3.
So he's had a very good push towards the end.
Actually, yeah, no, to be fair, in Tier 3 he got first, and third before he was moved over. So currently on board with Dragon on his lap. Just 3 drivers who are yet to set a lap.
As he comes down through the Maggots Beckett's complex onto Chapel. Down the hangar straight now, as he goes purple in the second sector. Before putting on the anchors ever so slightly into Stowe. As he makes the downhill run to the Vale chicane. Keeping it clean through there, not careful not to invalidate it as he rounds club for bombing down the Hamilton straight, setting a 1:25.021, sending him third fastest in the Red Bull.
He'll be happy with that. Clapier just started his lap. We'll see if we can find anyone nearer to the end of it, but actually I think it might want people out. Erevoicen's validated his lap. So there is only one Alfa Romeo here, so we've got that for us. So assuming Carl's not on an in lap, then he'll be the next man. With Sprunky just behind him, both will definitely be looking to improve.
Yeah, who's the Alpha we're missing? Godly Noob?
Yeah, that man.
Yeah.
He's left the league, unfortunately. He's such a good qualifier. Yeah. I think the reason he gave was that he felt he was annoying other drivers too much. Which is a shame because, to be fair, compared to the Tier 1 guys, he was pretty clean. They were really argy-bargy pushing the limits of it, and he was actually was reasonably respectful. So it's a shame to see a good driver go. But hopefully he'll come back eventually. The invitation's perfectly open to him. Just Sprunky rounds the final corner. I think it's a 26. Did he get exactly the same time? Oh, and he spins.
No, not from what I can see.
I think that's the time he set before.
Sprunky has been disqualified from the session. Is the notification I've just received? Yep.
Yeah, I think that's because he was backwards.
Yeah, for blocking the pit lane was the message I got.
Yeah, I think he spun, blocked the exit to it.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, so that is very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and for those of you wondering why we started so late, Sprunky was kind of, I think he was about 11 and 12 minutes late, so decided just about wait up for him. Now, with Sprunky's unfortunate situation, that does give the advantage to the remaining drivers. Then only 3 of them will be knocked out.
So, what is it so far? Little One, Real DC, Big Balls, all comfortable that they're safe. 3 minutes to go. Yeah. Dragon on speed,
Ooh,
now retiring.
and Jay Hartnell spins, loses a tyre. Which I'm surprised it was the front left, not the front right. That is another driver who will not be making it through to the session. Only left time for him to do a couple laps there, I think. And all of this is just benefiting the other drivers. Now only 2 drivers out on track who need to worry about being eliminated. Jay Williams currently 3 tenths up. Yeah, he'll be looking to kind of fight amongst the main of them, from 8th down to 14th, 4 tenths between them. So lots of positions for very little time.
I'm not sure what. Oh, I think Pimus was just getting out of the way at high speed. Fair enough.
Now, why is Carl not yet left the pit lane?
Carl or Kyle? Kyle.
The Alfa
They're both
Romeo.
in the pits. The Alpha.
The Iron 17th.
I
he
don't
really
know.
is, he ought to leave sooner rather than later. Jay Williams improves up to 10th position. 25.6, although only 2 tenths from the drop zone. So not perfectly safe. Although I don't think he's left himself time for another lap. So we'll hop aboard with the Sadistic King. Just
Bit odd
going
that
through.
KXI hasn't retired yet, but hey, it's his call.
Better safe than sorry.
Hmm.
Although to be fair, actually, no, he is safe.
Here comes Carl.
Ah. He's late. He won't make it to the line in time.
No, he won't. Oh well.
Where's Sadistic King?
Sadistic King.
He is currently improving. 2 tenths up into the
Yep,
final
2
sector.
tenths up as he comes into Stowe. Down to the Vale Chicane. Manages to keep slightly on the curb, keeps it all legal as he rounds Club and onto the Hamilton straight. Going 14th fastest, safe for now, but he's very close to Kyle, who is on his out. Yeah, Kyle's on an out lap.
Is Kyle gonna make it?
Kyle's
will
coming down the
improve.
hanger straight. Kyle and Error Voice is going to be very close.
Every voice is going to improve his current lap.
Is it?
Assuming
Is
he
Error
doesn't validate.
Voice is on a lap? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes for him.
No. Where is
It's
he, Kyle?
close. It's really close.
Kyle's making it. I think he's making it.
Yeah, safe for Error Voice. Carl,
Just
yeah.
at the end there, there's a Renault off. Gets back on nice and quickly. So, Kyle, Error Voice safe. Kyle on.
Yeah, he's not made it to the line. I mean, to be fair, it's what we expected, but
Kyle made it. Not Carl, Kyle. Kyle, we didn't expect Kyle to make it. He left too late, that's on him. But Kyle is on a flying lap as he goes purple in the first sector.
3 tenths up.
Coming round Luffield. Keeping it nice and tidy, letting the car just drift wide. He comes round Woodcut. Through Cops now on the run towards Maggots as he goes through Maggots, Beckett, Chapel, and down the hanger straight. Purple again for Kyle. This is a very strong
now
lap
nearly
at the end.
half a
If he
second
can
up.
keep it clean as he goes through Stowe, just got to keep it legal now as he comes through the Vale Chicane. Rounding Club onto the short length of the Hamilton straight before,
There we
and he
go.
goes 8th fastest.
He's put himself among the top guys there. The top 2, couple tenths ahead of the rest, but there's that 3rd through to 8th batch of them, and then kind of another group 9th through to 16th. Carl, an error in judgment there. I think that concludes it. Just got to wait for Error Voice to retire his car.
A very close first qualifying session.
Yeah, well, Sadistic King out by 13 thousandths.
Mm. Well, over the entire field, we've only got just under a 1.5 second split from Carl to the leader.
And that, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, and it's only 8 tenths from the lead to Sadistic King, so it's going to be a close one. I'll try and do the maths for the constructors at the end of our race, just to let you guys know. Obviously, it'll be provisional, and it won't include Tier 1, so I can give people a rough idea. Got my trusty calculator at the ready.
Oh, the old Casio Scientific.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see just how close the field is here. This is going to be a good one.
KXI tops Q1 with Big Balls and Dragon on Speed very close behind him. But yeah, I think the overall takeaway from that first qualifying session is how close everyone is.
Yeah, Sadistic King, Carl, Jay Hartnell and Sprunky will not be making it through. One disqualified for a spin, one for a crash. One didn't get through because, yeah, wasn't able to set a lap, and the other one just wasn't quite quick enough. So nearly there.
Do you think we'll see much tyre variation in this stage of qualifying?
With how close together they were, it seems unlikely, unless someone really wants to go on the mediums. But even then, you just had a slow time on the mediums, try to be, I don't know, 12th position. So I think the mediums are unlikely to get you in the top 13.
Yeah.
I mean, unless someone works some real magic.
Yeah. It would take probably what would be... Thinking about it off the top of my head, I'd say you'd probably have to be about half a second clear on the softs to set a decent lap on the mediums. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and between these guys, there was 8 tenths for all these guys out here. You know, the top ones. I don't think they could. It's just so far stretched.
Peasant Plucker has gone on mediums, so has the McLaren of someone.
Juan and Real DC,
Juan.
Big Balls and Dragon. So currently 5 drivers on the medium tyre. But Drew, our first man, out on track. 5 currently out the pit lane. So, actually, one thing I haven't checked is, are there any other fights, close positions at the top of the field? I know the top 4 are all fairly close. They're fairly close. 55 points between the top 4. Between 2nd and 4th, though, 22 points. There's a bit of a battle going on there. Then you're not really looking at much of a fight until you get down to 7th position. Kind of in 5th and 6th, they're both fairly clear on both sides. But here we go now. Daru getting ready to start his lap as he rounds the final corner. Now, fairly clear track ahead of him. Just have to worry about Carl ahead. Hopefully that won't cause too many problems for him. Now, with how close Q1 was, drivers know they can't really afford to make many mistakes. They've got a few laps to do. They need to make as many of them count as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. What Q1? Well, from what I'm seeing, we've got Pheasant Plucker, Dragon on Speed, Little Juan, DC, and Big Balls all on the mediums. Now, I think those drivers are all quick enough to get through, but with how close it is, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1 or 2 of them dropping out in this session.
Ooh, Jay Williams has spun.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, through cops.
Who's the next car?
No.
The next car past it will be DC if it hasn't gone.
It will go. It's sort of caught in the rear of Pimis, but who are we following? Daru.
So what's happened? So what do we think has happened there? Do we think he's lost his back end through cops?
Yeah, he just pushed it too much through there. So a couple of laps set. Daru beating Captain Nick. Slightly slower times than Q1. Pheasant Plucker. Time on the mediums.
Almost a whole second down.
Oh, a good time from Juan on the mediums. Is that a... That's Captain Nick.
That's Captain Nick.
Now, luckily for him...
He's had an oopsie.
But luckily for him, he didn't fall the same fate as the other person who span in the pit lane.
Got a bit lucky there.
There you go. Let's just get out of the way of Pimis.
Moves out of the way.
Who do we have next? We have Kyle. Currently going through the twisty corners. They're called Maggots, Beckets and Chapel.
Yes, well done.
I've got my...
What's the straight he's coming down?
Hang on, I've got my trusty Silverstone mouse map, so... It even has some speeds on it, but I think the speeds are for touring cars. Actually, I think it might be F1 because there's the G-Force. Showing cops as 3.3, this is quite out of date.
Yeah, I don't think touring cars pull 3.3G ever.
There we go, Kyle with a 125.9 to 4th position for him. Actually, slower than Juan on the mediums.
That's just cars moving out of each other's way.
This Pheasant Plucker looks like he's about to improve on his medium tyres. 26 flat, 4/10 up. Though not sure if that would be enough for him to get through to the next session, but might just be wanting a good banker lap on the mediums as Pimis goes up into second to 25.4. And again, the same two drivers going slow. This time round.
One
Stowe.
Little one pits, and so does Captain Nick. So there's us thinking we'd get, I don't know, like a duel between them maybe over the laps, just who can go faster.
Lots of people on out laps.
Oh no, that's gone. I was going to say there was a yellow flag out at cops. Who's on a lap?
A few drivers have just started. Yeah, oh, and Tobes going into the wall in the first corner. That's the third time we've seen that happen. I think Tobes also managing to avoid. Yeah.
Yeah, Tobes is set. I think the thing is, Tobes is far enough around the corner, because if I remember rightly, Sprunky lost it going through Abbey, which meant that how he ended up was right at the end of the pit lane. Yeah.
Well, I think Tobes and I can't remember which of the driver was that spun. They went kind of sufficiently over it, where Sprunky kind of spun on it and reversed to down it, which is of course a big no-no. But the engine didn't know it was a crash, and not him, so unfortunately at the short end of the stick.
DC on a lap? I have the feeling DC...
He's just about to finish a lap, on board with him at the moment. Another driver on the mediums.
Medium tyres. Second fastest. That was one hell of a lap.
Good lap. That might be enough to get him through on the mediums.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially given how close he is up to Daru.
Now Alex on the softs, what can he do? 25 flat. Does beat out his championship rival. Claire PR. Slow lap from him, likely a mistake there somewhere. Looks like he's going round this time for a proper lap. There's Big Bulls, another man on the mediums nearing the end of his lap.
Crosses the line, only 10th fastest, so he's either going to have to switch to the softs or massively improve on them.
Does look like he's going around again for another lap, might now be more adjusted to them.
Oh, he's definitely
having said
not,
that,
as he's in the wall, loses his front wing. Car's okay though.
Yeah, another driver claimed by the first sector. Not quite the same place this time, but...
No, lost it just coming around... Aintree. No, not Aintree, the loop.
That group on the hangar straight.
I'm not reading.
Right, I can use my cheat sheet. We got Abbey, Farm, Village, and then the loop. I think it's the loop.
Yeah. Then Aintree, then the Wellington Straight, then Brooklands, then Luffield, then Woodcote, then Copse, then Maggots and Beckets and Chapel and Hangar Straight, Stowe and Vale and Club. Sorry,
oh boy. As Clerpiot, there we go, that's the time we're more happy with. A 25-1, pretty much 25-2, but either way, a third place for him.
DC's probably a man who's going to have to set another lap looking at it now, just with how close the others are.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I think he'll set one just to be safe.
I think he'll set one if he needs to. Because remember, he can always start a lap right near the end, make it a good lap, and only cross the line if he needs to.
Yeah.
Here's Drew now coming across the line, slightly improving, up to third now, 25 flat. I do not believe anyone is currently on the lap. I think Clerpiot's probably in a lap, I haven't checked. I ought to check. Oh, Aerovoice is on the lap. And he just started the second sector. We've got a purple sector 1.
Who's this on the black? It's no, Drew's on in lap, isn't he? Aerovoice?
Yeah, that's the man I'm bored with.
Just...
He's shown 2 purple sectors for him so far, so...
Yeah.
The KXI is very good at the last sector, or Aerovoice is on for a quick time.
Coming down towards Vale, rounding the chicane for opening up the throttle for Club, and the very small amount of the Hamilton Straight, just behind his teammate who is in the pits but has switched on to the softs.
Yeah, no drivers currently have the mediums fitted, all now on the soft. So I'll leave it on the best lap so we can see which drivers have set the lap on the mediums, but bear in mind they are now all on soft. So Tobes still looking to set his first lap. So he's heading towards the final sector. I haven't learnt sector times. So perhaps could have had a bit more speed through there as he comes into the final chicane.
Yellow. Oh no, that's just someone who's eased off.
Comes towards the line.
He goes 5th fastest with the 125.2.
Not bad, not bad.
We've got a McLaren. Yeah, that's a McLaren just leaving the pits there, I think. No? Yeah? Yeah. Little Quine on an outlap. Now for Tauri coming around to start. Oh, that's Aerovoice when he's in that.
And is that another McLaren in the first? No, just a slow driver. I'm trying to find someone on a lap. I've looked at half the field.
Big Balls is about to start one.
I think Tobes is going round for another.
Yeah, Big Balls is coming around Club now. Blazing down the Hamilton Straight as he goes flat through Abbey, through the left, right, down to Village, through to the Loop, before opening up the throttle, rounding Aintree, just clipping that apex, maximising the straight as he makes the long run down to Brooklyn. So he goes purple in the first sector, goes through Brooklands, through the long medium speed corner of Luffield before opening the throttle up down to Woodcote. Now down the old pit straight. There's a yellow flag in the corner behind, that's just moving out of the way. He goes easily through Cops, now through Maggots and Beckett's for nailing Chapel slightly on the grass, and down the Hangar straight, purple again in the second sector.
Yeah, looking to be a good lap from him.
Short shifting down to 6th gear for slamming on the anchors into the Vale chicane. Just opening it back up through Club, careful not to lose the back end or invalidate the lap as he goes fastest.
What a lap from him. Now Pheasant looking to improve using his soft tyres now. And improve he has, up to 8th position for him, just behind DC on the mediums.
Real DC about to start his lap on the softs. Worth watching in case he does decide to go with this lap.
I think this will all Dragon second fastest. I think for him this is going to be a kind of, if he's knocked out the top 10, or you know, in 10th, then he won't be doing it. Is Aerovoice retired?
Aerovoice has retired.
That may be entirely issue. As Juan gets into second position.
DC now hanging over the danger zone in 9th.
Pimis knocking out Aerovoice, actually knocking out Pheasant. So I'm trying to keep
through Luffield.
So Clerpiar not improving his lap when he crossed the line. Don't think Daru's going to improve. We'll see shortly. No.
Just got to watch out. Cars behind. Pheasant Plucker behind him's on a lap, isn't he?
Ooh.
Oh, DC's aborted the lap there, I think.
That is confidence. Yeah. Pheasant's not going to improve. Oh, he DC knows that Pheasant can't improve because he saw Pheasant was slow. He's looked at the order and knows he's safe on the mediums. Smart. And Nick beats him, but he knows he's safe.
Yeah.
Well played by him. He left his hand open for options and was able to take the best one for him. So now it's just a shootout of dragging into the pit lane.
Top 10 on the mediums.
Yeah. Well played by him. So both him and Alex through to Q3. Let's move on to the final session. This time, see Pimis, Pheasant, Aerovoice, Kyle and Jay Williams knocked out. Yeah, Real DC, 10th on the mediums. Well done to him for that lap. I'd be happy with that. Some very close times here. Juan and Dragon, 4,000ths between them. A few other barely 10th apart, but Big Bulls with the fastest lap and by a fair bit. Helping out Mercedes constructor-wise. So here we go. Well, I haven't actually heard any of the drivers confirm if there'll be rain or not, but none of them complained, oh for goodness sake it's raining again. So I'm going to go ahead and assume it's going to be a dry race. Although being England, we might see a few clouds kicking around.
Yeah. Either way, the red arrows will show up in some form.
Yeah, so we've got Big Balls and Tobes looking to leave the pit lane. Can't see signs of anyone else just yet.
Big Balls, I think, first out, followed quickly by Tobes. McLaren and Williams, the only teams with both cars through to Q3.
So yeah, here we go. Most of the guys are already out on track actually. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I say most. Just over half. Why are they... You can't turn off the driver input without having the leaderboard off, which is really annoying. I can't do awesome cinematic shots with the board still up.
Not great, but we'll go with it.
There we go, Big Balls leading the charge to start off his final laps. And very close together drivers here. Was that Tobes passing CRC or just CRC closing the gap? I'm not too sure.
CRC closing the gap. Tobes was the second car out on track, I think, if I remember.
The Williams pulled up just in front of him in the pit lane actually, so only just.
So
yeah, drivers.
Pulls out for the first lap. Down through Abbey and farm and village before tackling loop, and now powering through to the flat out Aintree as he comes now down the Wellington straight. CRC already aborting a lap, I think, unless that's the little one on outlap. Yeah, that's the little one on his outlap. Big Balls coming now on the run to Luffield before going down the old pit straight. Down into Cops now on the not so long run to Maggots and Beckett's, and then through to Chapel as he powers down now the Hangar straight. Unsurprisingly purple in the second sector as well.
Oh, is that a mistake there by Dragon? That is, Dragon's backwards in the second sector. I think that was a mistake at Cops there for him.
Yeah, not ideal for Dragon there, as Big Balls is coming round, finishes his laps at a 1:24.7. Quick lap there. Is that Dragon again?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think it's just going slow. Letting other drivers through. Tobes up into third position. Next one will be CRC, maybe. Who I think must have invalidated his lap. As have quite a lot of other drivers. Plenty of drivers crossed the line, not many times updated. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I think there's also been a Williams spun somewhere. That's
KXI goes fastest.
Yeah,
there's a Williams getting out of the way.
He spun and then got. That's why he's getting out of the way in a weird place. So then, yeah, Dragon invalidated. Yeah, no. I think most drivers have had a crack on their tyres. How many invalidated? I actually think it was only Dragon and CRC. The others were just chilling on their outlap. So is Big Balls going around again or not? No, seems not. I've got Tobes. Tobes may be. Ooh, way up. Might not be anymore. Tobes is.
Everyone who's on track is either about to have another. So I think Alex is on a lap. Is he?
I think a lot of them are on in-laps. CRC certainly.
Little Juan. Yeah, Alex is on a lap, and so is Little Juan.
Yeah, both McLarens, one on the Williams.
One is invalidated, so just Alex.
So CRC up to fourth. Alex snagging that fourth himself though. KXI on an in-lap. Dragon invalidated again. He's going to want to pit for some new tyres then. Real GC also invalidated. Has said a lap. Not one he'll be happy with though.
He's got. They've all got time. They can all set, you know, another lap.
I think Juan might be our only man currently on a lap. just a couple of drivers ahead of him. Hopefully Alex pulls out the way down the straight.
Well,
Yep.
I think I'll be hoping for a bit of a tow.
Is this really the place he wants it?
Coming into Maggots and Beckett's definitely not.
Yeah, I think he's getting pretty unhappy with this. Yeah, and he spins.
He loses the back end.
And his tyre. That was somewhat negligent.
I don't think that was him being... That wasn't him being held up, that was just him hitting the curb. Losing
No,
it.
but I think Alex
the car in
was...
front didn't help, but I don't think he really has any fault in the matter.
Well, they're fairly clear that you got to get out of the way for drivers. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see, but that's such a shame for Juan after such a good streak these last few races. I suspect we'll see a report from that. It all depends. Should Juan normally report incidents? I'm not sure. Some drivers are much more kind of casual about the racing than others. I know you could actively aim for dragging and assassinate the man and he wouldn't report you. So, depends on the driver. And of course depends on the day how they're feeling. And of course it being...
Well, how much it costs them as well, really.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, Juan isn't fighting for the title, but Alex is. So if you know, it's going to hurt Alex a lot more than you hurt Juan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just having a look through the old incidents. Tier 2's really, really clean. There's barely any been reported.
Was the incident last week at Monaco reported?
The thing in qualifying?
No, coming up the hill.
Don't think it was somehow. Or was it? Oh no, yeah.
Yeah?
Or was it? No, I don't think it was.
No, I can't see it was.
That thing in qualifying was. And actually they changed the rules for that. Drivers can reset to track if they don't use it to gain an advantage, especially if it's to prevent incidents. I haven't actually bothered reading the fine print of that rule, but what is it? I don't know. Oh yeah, and something I probably ought to say. This being the last race of the season, they don't plan on continuing the current racing championship until F1 2021. So for the meantime, they're just doing the Cone Racing Cup. Then actually, I intend to try and race in myself.
You're leaving me?
Leaving me? Well, I'll be commentating some of them.
Okay.
If I'm pretty certain it's 4 races. I don't know the fine print of it. I know that'll certainly be interesting. I believe, actually I can check this, the exact number. Currently, 57 drivers have put themselves down. Now they're not all confirmed because not everything's been confirmed, but you know, that gives you a rough idea. You know, and anyone theoretically can win this. They're going to try and do it in a fair way. I think July or August, around that time. More tempted to say July.
Yeah.
But they're going to try and make, you know, Cone Racing Cup, and if that finishes before the game comes out, then they'll do some, I guess, other stuff, one-offs.
Sounds very exciting.
Actually, when is F1 2021 coming out? 16th of July. There we go.
Yeah.
So mid-July. As Captain Nick runs the last few corners, and he is going to set a 125 flat. That's enough for 7th position. Oh, who was that? That's Daru up to 2nd position for him.
DC not quite set a lap I think he'd be happy with. He's on a lap now.
He is.
Coming down
I think a
Wellington
lot
Straight
of drivers are.
In towards that's a Mercedes round at Chapel.
No, that's a slow Mercedes because he's putting
It's just a slow Mercedes. Okay. DC coming through the second sector now.
Possibly. I mean, now they know that, you know, gaming as an industry is booming more, especially since the entire world's kind of locked down a bit. More people have found gaming. It's become more profitable to try and make it worth it from the company's perspective. So, I don't know. They probably have announced whether or not it's going to be cross-platform. I can probably chat with a quick Google.
Was Cody's bid to buy? Was Cody's actually bought by EA? Or did that not happen? I remember there was a bid.
Now, so it's Roll DC, a 24.5. That's the fastest time we've seen so far.
That's a lap he'll be happy with.
Beats cake size. Time. Who's the next man? Giroud the next across the line. He sets a 25.4, beating him by, come on Brady, you know this, 11 thousandths. Alex with the next man to line. Now what can Alex do?
Alex now coming through club. Only fourth fastest.
Behind DC.
Behind KXI.
Yeah.
The next man across the line. Yeah, next man across the line is the McLaren of Claire PR.
Is that a mistake by Dragon? No, that is a slow.
Not sure.
Oh, I think it might be out of fuel. Claire PR. Yeah, I think that was out of fuel for Dragon.
Yeah.
No luck there.
KXI now coming across the line does improve, not enough to increase his position on DC.
Big Balls ends up in first. Big Balls got the fastest lap. Didn't see what it was, but it's at least a 24. I think it's 24.302. Yeah, that's right. The steering wheel. There we go. Yeah, Big Balls doing Mercedes proud here. Yeah, Daru, DC, KXI, Alex, Dragon, Claire PR, Tobes, Captain Nick, and the little Juan. I assume you're referring to the bridge on Hanger Straight between paddock and the stands.
Yeah, there was a bridge which sort of appeared between the wing and stands across the Hamilton Straight. Kind of odd.
Not sure.
I haven't seen it before myself on other games. See it in that shot there?
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that
Guess it's
one.
recent. Buy this VIP++ star pass, or be celebrity, and we'll let you on this fun bridge. Yeah.
Super Gold Magic Paddock Pass.
So yeah, I double checked. F1 2021 not confirmed or denied to be cross-platform, so we can hope. But the fact they haven't said anything, and it would be an amazing selling point, puts me personally in a bit of doubt. But once again, yeah, I'm going to congratulate Big Balls on that lap. That was good. So, assuming that Real DC doesn't get first and fastest lap, which generally, because of strategy, is unlikely unless plenty of safety cars involved, all Alex needs to do is finish in the top 9. If the points are tied, DC gets it, as you said, 2 wins. Alex has had 1, unless I'm misinformed, which I may be, but I don't think I am.
Yeah. It's all relatively close.
Alright, so just waiting for drivers. Well, no, waiting for Sadistic King to ready up so the rest of the drivers have they go ahead. So now I've been to Silverstone a few times, but I've always kind of been around Woodcott and Luffield.
Yeah,
and it's always
time
been
I
for
was at-
touring car, so it's kind of, you can see down the Wellington Straight and down the touring car pit straight. So not with the F1 start
Last
line.
time I was at Silverstone was between the F1 races last year. I went to the Silverstone Experience because I wanted to see the black Mercedes that they had there. So yeah.
No, yet to see F1. Hopefully this August I'm gonna. But here we go. Why can't I hit it? Wait, this
I
entire
can't
time.
do it either.
And I'm gonna very quickly do that.
I got it. I just had to change who I was spectating.
Yeah, well, I went to the menu and reopened. So I have it on tyres now.
The entire field is in a Mercedes sandwich.
Yeah.
Big Ball's deciding not to do too much tyre warming there.
Pulling a Kimmy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see DC kind of alone on the mediums up front. His job is to hold them up as long as he can, especially Alex. Then yeah, further down.
He'll be probably similar to how the real Mercedes were back in 2016, with Hamilton just trying to force Rosberg back through the field.
But yeah, quite a lot of the guys further down starting on the mediums. Actually, only 2 drivers not in the top 10 electing for the softs. And none of them going to the hards. Ooh.
Now Big Balls wants to warm his tyres.
There we go, got that wonderful shot, zigzagging. Imagine if this was the contents. Your garage.
Just backing the field up now. Or at least that's what I'd be doing.
It's the formation lap, you don't really need to.
Well, no, but a circuit like Silverstone, with how far the field can be spread, you don't want a long wait.
Yeah, for your tyres. No, as he pulls towards his grid slot, the drivers start to line up. And there we get the last man into his box. Stick it on position change, we can see the big gainers and losers. Two, 3, 4, 5 lights.
5 lights. And the lights are out. Big Balls jumped the start. So did Real DC.
And,
This is not what we expected as they come down through Abbey.
Real DC up in position
we have
there.
a yellow flag. That's 3 cars
That's
off. As we have a
Clerpiar,
safety
Captain
car.
Nick, and
That is
F1 RC Carl. Actually, it's 4 cars. Wait, no, that's the safety car. I'm an idiot. There is, however, a safety car.
This is not ideal for DC and Big Balls.
This is almost perfect for Alex. Hang on, how much is the penalties? 5 seconds for Sprunky, 5 for Carl, yeah, and drive through for the other 2. Although Sprunky isn't actually, there we go, it's fixed him now. See, I think him and Carl are collision under the safety car. But DC will be hitting himself at the moment.
Well, we're set for one hell of a, return through the field.
But yeah, here's the man who'll be smiling to himself. Might not be ahead of his rival, but by all account, he's in the stronger position. Now, not sure who will and won't pit here.
I think the boys with drive-throughs have to, otherwise, given how long the safety cars tend to be, I think they'll get
Big
stiffed.
Balls and DC, neither of them have gone for it.
Interesting.
Anyone else? No one else yet. Oh, no, one man in. Pimmett, no, sorry, error voice. Tobes as well. And Kyle, Pheasant, Sadistic King, Captain Nick. Pheasant gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Clerpiar and Carl, of course. Yeah, this guy's further back, front wing problems.
Unlucky with the speeding penalty. So Silverstone's a really annoying one. You're under limiter for a long time, and the line just sort of comes up on you.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, John, if someone's just put that you can't serve your drive-through in the safety car.
Oh no, you can't.
Alright, who's in first? Big Balls is in first. Everyone beneath him is the actual order. Actually, quite a few of them are in the pit lane, aren't they? So soon we'll see, yeah, the order as they come out the pits further down. I think it'll be fixed when they go through Sector 1. Yeah. So when they all hit Sector 1, it'll correct their position. And it might eventually start saying lap 2 as well, not lap 3.
So, well, I would say it was an interesting start, but we got less than a corner before something happened.
I mean, to be fair, in terms of there being a shake-up, it was an interesting start.
Yeah.
You know, championship-wise, it looked like DC had a chance. He'd got really good results for himself in qualifying. You know, right near the front, on the mediums, which, from the strategy of the guys not in the top 10, does seem to be a preferable one. And then, yeah, to jump the start. Actually, it's very interesting 2 drivers jump the start. It's rare to see 1 do it, but...
Yeah, 2, and them being... Well, DC, we can tell, has made up a place from it somewhere because he's now second.
Yeah, Big Wall started out front, but... What have they done? Yeah, DC got past Duru. Not much overtake. Sprunky's up 9 positions. He does have a contact penalty.
I think there were a lot of cars held up in the contact early on. To be fair, Silverstone has a very chaotic first corner. Abbey is just flat. Well, it is a flat corner, which...
But not when you're too wide.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a corner that you think twice about sending a move up in the race, so to do it, well, under normal racing conditions, should I say, so to do it sort of under lap 1, turn 1, isn't the most fun. So while we've got the time, as we're under safety car, you've been in here the whole season, as far as I'm aware.
Don't think I missed a race.
The season been so far? Well, I say so far. It's the last race.
Of driver of the season, personally, honestly, I don't think I put it on Alex. I mean, obviously he's probably going to get the championship. But he had a really good start, and actually since then other people have just been playing the catch-up game. Great performances from DC. God only knew, but it's nice to see him progressing from great qualifying results to great race results. So actually, he would be in the pool for that if he was still here. Juan certainly done amazing in the end. Hard to say the whole season.
From my few races, I'd say Juan. I think it's 3 podiums that he got in my time here. So yeah.
Yeah. No, as a season as a whole, the options are, in my opinion, Alex, Big Balls, DC, maybe Juan, and also Godly Noob. But yeah. Here we go. Safety car. Oh, way up. Big Balls has gone early. I think he caught.
Wait, very early.
Didn't catch DC sleeping too much, although DC probably getting a warning for that. Although Daru was caught sleeping, but mistake there by DC, and that gap has built up for Big Balls. Closed for Daru to that 2nd position.
Yeah, DC not the best restart, but superb from Big Balls. He's just got to pull out that gap over this limited stint of time.
Now Alex gaining on KX side. We might see him go for a move here. Not sure it's quite close enough. No save in his ERS. A very conservative line on the tyres as well. I think he knows what he's doing. The safety car will benefit the drivers on the softs more than the drivers on the mediums. Another thing going his way. Actually, a nice battle down here at the back of the field. 17, 18, 19. Really nice and close.
Pheasant sends a move through left field.
Clerpiard let him through. Not quite sure what that's for. And we have a spinner. Sprunky.
A spinning Sprunky, who is through the gravel just before Maggots.
And that's him to the back of the field. He was the guy up 9 places. I think he's now back down to where he started with. So, really doing his rounds among the field.
Did we have 19 cars? Or have we lost someone?
We had 19 cars.
Yeah, okay. Just thought I'd double check that one. As DC is in for his drive-through?
Yeah, DC. Big Ball's not serving his yet. I think he might be going on to the hards and just going to the end.
You can't stop under a drive-through.
Oh yeah, fair point. Okay, excuse my stupidity. I need to race more to actually learn. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's get out of the way. Get some clean air.
Well, it's more self-explanatory, isn't it? Drive through.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I'm bad at English.
Sprunky's, yes, and the pits. Looks. Is he going back onto another set of mediums?
Well, he hasn't retired, so he's still racing, still trying. Who knows that, you know, for the sake of Mercedes, he needs to try and get as many points as he can.
Yeah. Speaking of Mercedes, Big Ball's now pulling his gap to close to 2.5 seconds out in front. As he doesn't serve his penalty yet?
Alex having a sniff on driving. I mean, he's in clean air, and that's the difference. He may as well hold the clean air.
Yeah.
Whereas DC, you know, is now in clean air. I think they're both respectively making the right decisions.
I think this is the last lap he can stay out, though.
No, yeah, you might be right.
Someone in the comments can probably correct me on that. But yeah.
Ooh, that is Kyle, and he's crashed. That same crash we saw. Where can we get a view of that? Yeah, in that first sector again. Making the mistake. He's a the VSC. Yeah, I guess it's the same old. Going through their flat, caught the curb. There's his car just in the background. That is a shame for him.
Not what he'll be wanting. He's not been the luckiest driver recently, has he? So I think he's one who's probably going to be looking to make a stronger sort of restart when we move back, when we move on to the new game.
Daru? Hang on, what?
What? Yeah, Daru's now. What the?
Daru perfectly played the V8 VSC. I don't know what he did right, but he did it right. Pulled huge gap on KXI, really closed the gap down to big balls. I wasn't paying enough attention to see what he did there, but well done to him. A few other drivers going into the pit lane. I don't know why KXI's pitted unless he has damage.
Could he be, I don't know, maybe going straight onto the hards?
Well, we will see.
Gamble, but... Did KXI also have a drive-through?
It's looking more likely. I think he must have.
Yeah.
So a bit of a battle for P2 kicking up. And actually Juan looking to get past Dragon. Ooh, Juan missing the apex, having to lift a bit, losing that gap a bit. You see Carl going wide there. Now what can these three do? Going to the hangar straight. Sadistic King mistake. Carl might be able to get him. Much better exit from the third one, Chapel. Actually, it's like two drivers both can get past Sadistic King. They're going side by side. Sadistic King holds it up the inside. Pheasant with a quicker exit and does manage to keep it round the outside and get past Sadistic King, actually leaving him space. I'm not sure he needed to. That allowed Sadistic King to get back through. I think if Pheasant had taken the racing line...
between the Ferrari and Renault.
Yeah, but Pheasant does manage to take it in the end.
Just managing to hold on there. Superb driving from the pair of them. Meanwhile, towards the front, Dragon, Little One, and Alex all quite close.
Yeah, I think it's really looking up for Alex here. Just needs a top 9. Sorry, a top 10. And even that's assuming that DC gets the win, which sadly, because of that jump start, doesn't seem too likely. He was in a good position, but now he's going to fight his way back through the field. Well, he's going to catch the field first, to be honest. There's Dragon looking on Alex now. And Alex's job is just to get a safe, clean race home. Decent result. His pace is definitely in the top 10, so he's just going to make it work.
He's miles clear in the top 10. Just got to be careful to avoid a penalty, really. And well, contact around him. He's in a position where he can afford to concede a place.
Oh, Captain Nick and Clopier, bit of side by side there. Looked like some slight contact.
Yep, as they come through village now. Oh, where have we moved to?
Just trying to look for battle. It does look like Dragon's still trying to get past Alex. I'll keep an eye on that gap, which again is closing. You might see something on hangar, so I will hop over to Dragon.
Yeah, not quite close enough for a move into Maggots and Beckett's. Who gets the better exit out of Chapel? It is quite clearly Dragon, who with the DRS, no real defence up there from Alex, just playing it safe.
I think he let him at the inside. He knew it was going to happen. What's the point in risking an accident? And to be fair, Alex might just chill here, take it slightly more gently through the corners, get pulled along. Save tyres, save ERS.
I'm being told that the pit window for going on to the mediums for a one-stop strategy is now open.
Yeah, don't think any drivers go in quite this early. However,
No,
I may bite my words as KXI has just appeared. You're fine here. Actually, it's Battle P5 going on or not?
KXI onto a set of medium tyres. Daru looking dominant out front at the moment. Although I say that,
Ooh,
Dragon is slowly closing the gap.
And
Ooh,
that is Pimis, but
out.
managed to get on board with him because I saw it happening. There's his car in the wall. Yeah, that was round
Our second VSC of
tops.
the day.
That brings the end. Both Hasses actually.
Dragon on speed stays out both Williams into the pits.
I suspect most guys in the soft will be into the pit lane. I think that might be a mistake by Dragon.
Because he thinks he can play a longer game.
To be fair, if the VSC doesn't last too long, I don't know. I can't see it.
Sort of now. Yep.
I had spoken.
timing, eh? So they won't have gained the full advantage of it, but
Yeah, can gain some. It's Pheasant looking to get past Arrow Voice. And he's through.
we have a yellow flag in sector 1 for
That
I think
is-
that's James Williams
yeah.
round. Yeah, just a spin from him.
Yeah, no heavy contact. Tyres won't be too happy, but the fresh mediums, so guess he's warmed them up a bit.
Potentially a battle over 4th between Arrow Voice and Pheasant Fucker brewing. So maybe one between Tobes and Jay Hartnell in front of them.
I'm going to assume that Pimis, you took cops and then kind of, yeah, lost the rear. Sort of saw it from the car behind him, was able to jump on board. As Captain Nick gets himself 3 seconds of penalties.
Sorry if I went quiet for a moment there, almost fell off my chair. We have a
Ooh,
yellow,
yellow,
flag in
that is
sector 2,
for a
Sprunky.
Sprunky. Same
Just a
place.
spin from him.
Not sure it was just a spin. I haven't seen his front wing yet though. Go
His
on.
front wing looks fine.
The left side of it looks fine.
Yeah, all of it looks good, I think. As he's now lapped by the leader.
Oh, and his tyres are still hot. Barely holding it. He's going to have to make sure not to mess with any of these guys behind him. I don't think he'll be on their way, but if he doesn't take this corner well, decides to spin... Well, I said decides to spin, no. If the hot tyres means he does spin, it might cause problems, but no, it doesn't appear so.
Tobes picks up a 3-second time penalty. That battle behind now really starting to...
Oh, I think Sprunky may be paused. Or is he just going slow? No, he's just going slow through Ghosted. Interesting choice of how to approach the situation.
Yeah, not ideal, but
Not perfect. Could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse.
oh yeah.
Obviously, the car's Ghost. I think it would be better to be honest, just keep going as Ferraris swap positions. Pheasant actually on the softs, still managed to make them hard. Was he pitted early? Softs not coming nearest the end of their life. Dragon's still holding out on these softs.
Just interesting to note, Real DC just been passed by Daru.
Yeah, the chances for Real DC appear to be thinning.
I think at this point it would take a minor miracle. Or a safety car.
Uh,
So we've got 3 drivers yet to stop, those being DC, Jay Hartnell and Dragon on speed.
well, actually, Dragon has just stopped.
Dragon has just stopped.
Jay Hartnell hasn't. Real DC, I think, hasn't. Yeah, no, don't think he has. Yep, still kicking around.
So, do we think
maybe that's to change the lead. Sorry to interrupt as Pheasant goes. Yeah, the inside of Jay Hartnell. Unless Jay Hartnell can get the cutback here. Gave him the inside. But of course, this is a left-right. Well, left, big right, so a cutback isn't really going to work. Better off, I guess, holding the inside and trying to make it stick through or holding the outside. Hard corner to defend if they have that much overspeed.
Yeah, he's already pulled half a second on him. Pheasant. So yeah, good work from him. Potentially a battle over 5th between the 2 Renaults and Club PR.
Yeah, the two Renaults right behind each other at the moment. Sadistic King on the mediums. Sorry, Captain Nick on the mediums. More penalties for Tobes. Now 9 seconds for him. Actually 9 for Sprunky and 12 for Carl. $15 for Carl. So yeah, Pheasant pulling away from Jay Hartnell and Tobes. There's Renault's, oh, pass, have a bit of contact there. Sadistic King keeping his front wing. Those tyres are probably slightly slower now at this edge.
Yeah, he's on the joint oldest set of soft tyres. So yeah. So the medium runners around him probably have more. Sorry, the medium runners around him probably have more to give. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Sprunky just unlapped himself from Error Voice. I think they're actually kind of working together with Slipstream and DRS. So.
As the runner of Sadistic King pulls off into the pits, as we have a yellow flag in sector 1, that's Tobes out of the session.
Where is he? There he is.
3 sectors at the moment. Is it just yellows they're pulling out? Yeah. Ah, there we go.
The VSC.
Virtual safety car. Is there anyone? No one's in a position to really pit from this.
Sadistic King has pit in it though. None of the guys in it. Oh, Carl just got in. Why is he going so slowly into the pit lane? Ah.
He has retired.
Yeah, this Dragon gets 3 seconds of penalties for corner cutting under the VSC. You wonder why.
smartest play, but
And right now, back under the green, minus sector 3 where cars retired.
it's unfortunate for Tobes there. He was running fairly high up.
6 seconds. So yeah, that'll be 2 lots of corner cutting. Oh, and Jay Hartnell now pitting.
Into the pits.
Anybody else? Real DC. Wait, what? I don't know, man.
Yeah, DC's pit.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But these are his,
Gives
yeah,
him a
these are
chance
his original tyres.
Yeah, it gives him a chance to shed those worn out mediums.
I guess he's going on to soft at the end now.
Yeah. Probably be hoping for an all-out safety car at this point. He drops out of the top 10.
Yeah. I mean, you really just... don't like saying this about drivers, but he needs Alex to crash, realistically. And Alex currently not in a fight.
DNF.
Oh yeah, not just crash.
Be a better way of putting it.
If he crosses the line, he gets points. So... Now, if Alex DNS... GC can get second and win.
Is that the lowest he can finish?
That is the lowest he can finish, and that'll be tying on points and winning on number of wins.
Who's into the pits? Error Voice and Pheasant Plucker. There's a yellow flag, I think that's for Sprunky, or... Yeah, that's Sprunky.
Yeah.
He's
round again.
Lost it again.
I mean, to be fair, hats off for him for not retiring.
Yeah.
He's minutes back, but...
But yeah, well, at the moment he's just collecting... Oh. Okay, take a minute, Sprunky. Calm down.
It is tyres still.
Yeah.
Did he just reset to track, or was that a...
No, he spun it round.
Right.
Yeah. He's done his end of season donuts early there. I think that's all it was. He's just staying out of the way.
Yeah. Don't check out the brain markers, you'll be in big trouble. Oh. Anyway, we'll get back to the racing.
Yeah.
As
Where
Dragon
is the
on
nearest
the little
racing?
plan. Actually, Error Voice and Jay Williams are actually side by side into Luffield. Error Voice coming out on top. Sadistic King just behind Jay Williams.
Thinking about having a look maybe down the hangar straight when the time comes. Quite close for with the battle lead at the moment. Only just over a second splitting them. Drew picks up a penalty.
Sorry, Dragon and the little one was side by side through Stowe. Dragon coming out on top. And Dragon actually getting a good getaway there as little one. Car gets a bit untidy. Red Rule's rear wing. Honestly, I don't know enough about it. But if it's on the car, the FIA have checked it in some way or another. It might be a little bit flexible, but what do you think?
Red Bull have been done for floppy wings before, haven't they? If I'm right, Red Bull have received a telling off for having floppy wings before. So if they've done it again a few years later, I feel like they will get a very big telling off. I think this is Sprunky into the pits, potentially to retire. I'd advise him against it.
I think you just want... No, he's going for some fresh softs. There we go, yeah. Go on, get fastest lap.
Go on,
I hope he gets it.
Do it,
As Daru and Clerpier nearly side by side through Maggots and Beckett's, but Daru decides, I like living, I'll back out. Now Daru is on the better tyres for this. Captain Nick and Clerpier are going to the end, which, I mean, they should have picked it by now if they're not. Daru is at a big advantage, similar with Dragon. He's got some time to gain up. But He probably will, especially if these guys are fighting up front. Where is DC? He's down in 14th position. How is Captain Nick in first? What did I miss? Oh no, he's always been in first. What am I getting? Someone pitted. So yeah, these two up front are just going to try and hope their tyres hold out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, obviously Clerpier's got the advantage because he doesn't have 6 seconds of penalties.
Yes, that I would say that is a very big advantage.
That is a decent advantage. I'm worried that Sprunky is going to get... How is he only on 12 seconds? That's not true. He was on 12 earlier and you've seen him gain at least 6 seconds since. Oh no, that was Kyle, wasn't it? Never mind. My bad. I think he'll be okay then. So just a king on Jay Williams up the inside. A little bit of contact. Leaves him room. I think that was just a bit of door-to-door racing. Not...
Doors?
Wheel to wheel.
Yeah, maybe door to door in the GT Sport League, but
Yeah, not. What would a four-door F1 car look like?
I'm sure someone within CRL is creative enough to make let's say, right, challenge for anyone who's watching this: make a Ford Mondeo into an F1 car.
No.
There you go. Right. Now, but focusing on the race we actually have, how is Daru doing? Daru is close to Clerpier.
Oh, and Big Balls is off. Mercedes... Oh, yeah. Mercedes not doing too well in this race. To be fair, Racing Point not doing amazingly either. But in this tier, it certainly seems Racing Point are going to gain on Mercedes. If the spreadsheet I've been given is accurate, there's currently a 20-point gap between them. What's it like in Tier 3, actually? One of the Mercedes guys is retired, and there is a Racing Point in the lead. Oh, they've got a wet race. In fact, they've already had the Racing Point that's just won. This is us starting late. So, depending on how Tier 1's going, Racing Point looks like they might be in for the constructors. How are we looking in Tier 1 then? Ooh, it's Pheasant.
Just
3 seconds.
Front, we've got Daru now only 2 tenths behind. That's a Mercedes off the track. Inclined to say it's Sprunky. Yeah, that's Sprunky.
Yeah, Tier 1's still quite early on in their race, but 18th, 19th and 20th is Racing Point, Mercedes, Racing Point. Others, Mercedes and P2, so.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I think...
Got a nice battle for the lead for me.
Yeah, Daru's still not able to get through.
Daru, is Daru looking for a move into... No, Daru's too far back for a move into Cobbs.
He should be looking for a move somewhere, though. Because that's the wrong thing to change.
He took a wider line. I thought he was thinking about a move into Mackett's and Beckett's. It's very brave. I don't think we've seen one of those all day.
So Daru does have 5 seconds of penalties. That's going to be from contact on the safety car. I'm not sure if that would have been his fault. The majority of the time you get contact on the safety car, one driver's rear-ended the other, and thus the driver that's been rear-ended will be able to get that thing removed. Penalty removed. There is a word for it.
Of course, the fear for... Of course, what we don't know is who did the rear-ending at this current stage. If there was rear-ending involved.
Yeah, it could have just been a bit of side-to-side tapping. The slightest tap will cause it. Go on, Daru, get him.
You can do it. You can Daru it.
You can do it when you Daru it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Right. How much ERS is he doing? He's got more, but not by a huge amount. Club PR saved up a decent amount. Now, currently the way it looks, Alex is almost certainly got the championship, and I don't want to cause commentators curse, but half the grid has to pair it.
Wi-Fi combusts.
Even if that happens, like 12 drivers have to crash, and DC has to gain. How many seconds is it?
Unless what we could end up happening on the last lap, the league just goes, you know what?
DC needs to gain nearly a minute. I mean, you know, there can be upsets,
Strange things
but
have happened in 2 laps. Let's not forget last week we were thinking about Big Bull potentially being on the podium, and then we were talking about him winning the race.
Yeah, but there's a difference between, you know, 3rd to 1st than 14th to 2nd. That would be a jump and a half.
Currently we're looking at Club PR winning, just based off the penalties, I think.
Ooh, and there's a bit of contact there between Sadistic King and KXI. I think he left him room. Oh, way up.
Going slow.
No, that was a collision.
For the lead now. He's very much.
Hey, Daru now into 2nd.
Yeah.
Calopiar's job is, and he can't see the penalty, can he? His job is to stay within 3 seconds of the lead, as far as he's concerned. Thing is, I don't think I'll be able to get back past Daru. So if Daru is removed,
I don't think within the 2 laps. I don't see him losing the time.
no, I think he'll stay within the 3 seconds certainly, because Captain Nick and Daru will be, fighting. Ooh, there's Alex side by side with the little one. Looks like he's managed to keep the move as long as the apex parks it, and he does that nicely.
Little one all over his back end. Thinks about a dive into village, doesn't quite go with it.
And Daru going for the move for the lead.
As he dives down into Brooklands, makes it stick through Luffield. Now just has to time his getting on the power just right.
And
as they charge to Luffield. Now down the old pit straight. He's kept the position. Yep.
Yeah, so he's but they won't get back past him. Actually, Dragon is not that far behind them. I mean, he's got himself a penalty there. Of how much? That's the wrong thing.
Yeah,
just 3 seconds.
He beats both of them, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, at the moment he beats both of them.
Draken can't go along without getting a podium. He's just too consistent.
Leader's still battling.
Wait, no, he doesn't beat Daru. Sorry, do I mean Daru? I think I do.
Yeah, he beats Daru. Oh no, I'm forgetting his penalty. I think he gets on the podium either way. As Club PR picks up a penalty.
Ooh, that
making their
that spices things up a bit, because the gap between Club PR and Daru, penalty-wise, is 2 seconds.
That's a scrap now between them. Is this for the win? No, this is for P2. If based on the current gap, Big Ball. Slight contact, racing incident. If you ask me, didn't really turn in on him though, but it was contact nonetheless.
Is Alex going to get on the podium?
If Alex can close that gap.
And it's a bit of side-by-side here between Pheasant and Sadistic King. Pheasant holding it around the outside. It looks like he's got that move. Oh, A up. Okay, no move is
Ew.
made yet because they have cops to go. Dirty F and Pheasant holds it. Doesn't get a penalty. I will hop on board with Daru as he crosses the line in first on track. I don't know what order it's going to be. Daru, Captain Nick, Clerpiar, jumps Captain Nick.
P2.
Alex takes P3.
Takes
Alex on the podium.
Little one P5. Dragon P6. Jay Hartnell round club to take 7th. Error Voice swiftly following to take 8th.
Pheasant is going to drop down the order.
Immediately overtaken by Statistic King and Jay Williams. And Big Balls. Not KXI.
He splits the two of them so close. Yeah, Sprunky a lap down. And Real DC, he knew he had to do well. Today wasn't his day, but he can... Wait, can he say he got second actually? Hang on. Dragon was only 8 points behind him actually. There we go, some wonderful donuts. Where's Juan? How many points? Hang on. He may be in fourth in the championship now. Juan got 23. And he was... Wait, hang on a minute. He was 22 points behind, but DC got 2 points. So DC keeps third position by 1 point. Dragon gets second, and Alex is going to be the Tier 2 champion. Provisionally. But I'm pretty certain he is champion. That one I can say with a fair bit of confidence. And we will get our 3 podium sitters, which just so happens to include our champion. And we'll get DC in as well to have a chat. But yeah, well done to Alex, finishing it off with the podium, showing he still got it. What a way to end the finale.
So, Daru takes the win in the season finale, closely followed by the McLaren of Claire PR. Then Alex, who provisionally we can say is our champion, for rounding out the podium with Captain Nick, Little One, Dragon on Speed, Jay Hartnell, Error Voice, Sadistic King B, Jay Williams, Big Balls, Peasant Plucker, KXI, Real DC, and Sprunky rounding out the top 15.
And all those drivers will be getting points. Well done to Sprunky for finishing. I don't think I would have finished in that situation, I'm going to be honest. The commitment to make it to the end after that much kind of just crashing in the lot.
He's my driver of the day.
What, in spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, again, it's very well done to Alex on the championship. And where am I looking? Okay, and I'll quickly get our 3 podium sitters and DC in for a post-race interview. It always amuses me how often Dragon gets on the podium, because he's the man who generally, yeah, he talks very little. I could actually find the list of... Where is it? Okay, give me 1 quick second, and I will invite them and you can now be heard. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. That was a tense win. I'm sweating.
Always good to finish out the season with a win.
Yep. It was great because I came up from tier 3, and to come here and then have like 4 races where I was in a lead, either in the lead or like in a really good position. Like I crashed out in Brazil after a safety car restart with cold tires, and then France as well. Crashed out in the rain, and I think I crashed out last week as well. Yeah, I probably did in Monaco anyway. And then just to get the win here is great in the season finale. And I thought I wasn't going to win anyway because I had a 5-second penalty from speeding in the pit lane, which was really dumb because there was a CRC and I was watching the Delta and I went over it, and then I stopped in the pit lane, and then I just went in again, like, and I went in too hard and then it got 5 seconds. I went like
you did really well off the first VSC. You gained like 2 seconds on who was it? Big Bulls, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think you did. I think it was you. Yeah, Alex, congratulations on the championship and on your podium.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a good race. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I assume you came into this race in a strong position, championship-wise. Were you expecting it was going to be an easy win, or did you expect it to go down to a fight? Kind of.
I just came into it thinking like just be clean because I think it was a 33 point lead. So
yeah,
I was just thinking keep it clean, get through the first corner, and then as soon as DC got, I think he got a drive through, didn't he? So
yeah, jump the start.
Yeah.
So
DC and Big Balls both received drive-through penalties at the start.
Oh, really? Wow. I did think the lights were held quite a long time. I was actually thinking where they're on, I was like, oh, they're being held for quite a long time here. Maybe someone will get a drive-through, and someone did. So
yeah,
DC. Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, did actually work out. If it did end up being equal on points, he would have got you. Surprised to see you only had 1 win this season.
Really? Yeah. I think it was Japan, wasn't it? Japan.
It was right near the start. Cause you had a really strong start to the season.
Yeah, that definitely helped.
Which one was it? It was Japan, round 3. But yeah, have invited DC. Hasn't yet joined. He did some celebratory donuts at the end to celebrate his season. Although actually, I think he ended up coming 3rd in the championship. Because Dragon was only 8 points behind him, so I think he managed to nab that 2nd position.
Alright.
Yeah,
sorry for holding you up in the pits, by the way, Alex.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I saw you in front and I was like, so I go in and I knew you were under VSC, so I was like, yeah, I'll go for it. But
you probably still save time. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I was actually quite lucky to not get a drive-through as well, because all the guys like next to me, the P1 and P3 went, and I still had my finger on the clutch. I was actually ready to go, but just by mistake didn't release the clutch, and then I didn't go, so I didn't get a drive-through.
Oh.
So
nice one.
Yeah.
Sounds like a happy mistake, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of constructors, I don't think it's been decided yet. From the looks of things, Racing Point has done better in tiers 2 and 3. I haven't checked in tier 1 recently, but last I checked, Mercedes were doing better there. So I think the constructors are still all to play for. It does look to be in Mercedes' favour at the moment, still. So I'm not sure how much you guys have been following the constructors, but it's looking like Mercedes.
I've been looking at it every now and then, but
I haven't really, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going the way of Mercedes. But it's going to come right down to the wire. So, yeah. Well, anything else you want to say?
I'm just looking forward to next season.
Yeah. I think not going to be doing another season until we get to F1 2021. So
yeah.
I assume you guys are going to be in the Comb Racing Cup. Well.
Yeah, I am. I think
I've decided I'm going to do it. So you might end up racing against me or alongside me. Maybe.
Nice.
I can tell you now I'm nice and slow, so maybe you don't want me as a teammate, but we'll see.
No, that should be fun for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next game. Should be good. 3 new tracks.
Imola's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. Portimao should be good as well.
Yeah,
We'll see about Jeddah.
I think Jeddah's going to be. It's either going to be very similar to Hanoi, where it's just not too much fun, or
Yeah.
it's going to be insane.
But cheers for comms, anyways, boys.
Yeah.
For us. Yeah.
No,
Cheers for the racing, putting on a show.
Hopefully, I can go for the championship next season, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah. Nah, it'll be good. Good fun.
We'll see. Because there's going to be plenty of mix-ups. I know some people do better on one game than the other, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And now we've got more drivers, actually. They might slightly increase the skill for Tier 2. Because there's quite a lot of Tier 1 reserves. They might be able to move a few of them into Tier 2 and filter through down. So, yeah, we'll see. I think at the moment we've got something like 118 F1 drivers. So
Jeez.
they're not all
That's
racing.
5 tiers. Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to say
but
there'll
no.
be a few more tiers opening up.
I think they're planning on doing just 3 for now, but it entirely depends on if they get more or not. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, once again, guys, congratulations on the win for Daru and Alex on the championship and the podium.
Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
yes, hopefully I'll see you on track in the Cone Racing Cup, and
Yeah.
next season we'll get round to that.
Sure thing.
But yeah, I'll let you guys go now and celebrate your
Cheers.
wins each. So, thank you.
See you.
Awesome.
dudes.
Cheers, guys.
Right, there we go. So that was our championship and our race winner. Very good result for Williams this specific race. Yeah, I mean, how did you find that?
Wasn't too bad, I think.
Yeah, I would recommend you guys go and watch Tier 1. Ferg's already the champion. If you're really feeling brave, you could try and work out with Tier 3 and 2 who's going to get the constructors. But I think it is Tier 3 and 2 nearly even it out between the two of them. So it is at the moment just going to be whichever team does better in Tier 1 is the rough translation of it. So I'd highly recommend those of you still watching, go watch Tier 1. I know Bellin's still watching anyway, but go watch Tier 1. It's great, they're fast. So from us, that is goodbye. And hopefully see you next season. Might actually commentate some of the Cone Racing Cup as well, to be honest. But you'll see me on track. Yeah. No, goodbye, and thank you for watching. I pressed the wrong button, most.